Let's take a look at the best and most consistent TH12 war attack strategy that you can use during the Clan War Leagues, and let's do them live. What's going on, my friends? My name's Corrupt. Let's start with the basics to the Queen Charge Hybrid. Now, usually on every base, you want to look at the enemy CC placement. If it is in the center of the base, the best choice for this is to start charging your way in for a particular area. As an example, this area of the base, you can get rid of the enemy CC and the Town Hall with no problem. However, if the clan castle is not in the center of the base and it's offset or on the outside, you don't need to charge into this area because you can just lure it out and you could actually go in for a different area to get more value. So keep that in mind. Now, along with that, usually you want to start this off by using the funnel before you start sending in the queen. So using things like baby dragons and sneaky goblins is a great choice to start creating the funnel. Normally, if you're going to drop healers, you do want to be very careful of seeking air mines that could potentially take down your healers. So using a balloon is a smart move. Along with that, you can use a super wall breaker or regular wall breakers to break open into the wall to make it easier for you to get in. Along with this, if you are dealing with a single target inferno, you have two options. You can use a free spell, or you can bring the use of a Yeti bomb, which you will be showing live later on in the video, but it's basically using two Yetis and a rage spell to get through a particular area. The main goal here is to make sure that you are able to deal with the enemy CC. So using a free spell against a single inferno and moving your way through while using the rage spells mainly to protect your queen through the enemy queen and the enemy CC is what you really want to try and do. So while you're able to lure out the enemy clan castle, you want to make sure that you are keeping the rage spell on your queen and healers. Now, while this is going on, you're going to create the other side of the funnel with the king and the siege barrack. The king and siege barrack is going to be a great way to sort of cut off one area, but if you did use the battle blimp with the Yetis, you'll only have the barbarian king, so keep that in mind. Along with this, after you've created the funnel, you want to start sending in your hybrid. To make this a lot more simple, you want to try and look at it and view it as L-shape pathing, making it easier for yourself as you work your way through the base. So you do want to use the Grand Warden ability as you get through the eagle shots because they're going to do massive damage to you. Now, you also want to be very careful of the tornado traps. They are going to catch your hog riders and could really pull away from your attack. So you want to be very careful. As you start to move through, you do want to use those heal spells as you move all the way across, and you want to make it simple for yourself so you're not failing with this attack. Now, keep in mind that sometimes you may want to make sure that the miners are staying on the inside, but unfortunately, sometimes they may go on the outside. And of course, like any attack strategy, there are always common mistakes that you'll make. Make sure for your healers not to switch off of your queen. Along with that, make sure that your queen does not die from the enemy CC, even if it's balloons. It's kind of embarrassing. Along with that, make sure to also have cleanup for the back end if some of your miners and hogs did miss a particular area. Overall, those are some of the tips that I would give, especially from me sort of learning and failing from this attack strategy, but it still works incredibly well on every base. And to prove that, let's go into some live attacks to prove that this is the best attack for every base. So here's the first base, and here's the army composition on screen. My goal here for this first attack is to use a Yeti bomb to go in for this multi, use the queen charge to go in for the town hall, and hybrid all the way into the eagle artillery. That's the thought process that I'm having when I use the Yeti bomb with the hybrid. So let's see, we're going to start with the battle blimp. Luckily, there shouldn't be any seeking air mines, so we should be fine. Going to drop a rage right there. That should take down all those buildings. So we should be completely fine. Let's see here. The Yetis are going to start moving up. Doesn't look like there's a CC, though it would lure out the CC, so that's completely fine. And we should get down the wizard tower too. So I'm going to start creating the funnel. I'm going to use a Yeti over here, get rid of that mortar. I'm going to use a baby dragon over here, and we're going to start with the queen. So what I want to do is I want to start working my way in for the town hall. So I'm going to use my healers, and let's use a super wall breaker. Okay, it's going to go there. Yep, there we go. Good enough. That'll allow us to get into the base, and we should be able to start going in for the town hall now. So that is good. Let's see, so now what we need is we will need to drop in a rage spell, and that will get us right the way in. Drop a freeze, and there we go. So now I'm going to start creating the funnel on the other side with the king, and I'm also going to bring a wizard here and a wizard here. Use a couple hog riders to take that on. That's looking good. And I'm going to start sending in my hybrid all the way into the base. I'm going to drop in my Grand Warden. Use my Queen ability there. And let's go in for the Eagle Artillery. We should be fine. Use the first heal through. And there is a single Inferno, but we don't need to worry. I'm going to pop my King here. And I'm going to use my Warden ability before they leave. So that way I have the Hog Riders moving through. I've got a Rage for them. Queen died out, but that's completely fine. I've got the Rage to move in with them. And let's use a heal right there to heal up the Miners and Hogs. Let's use a freeze on this back end multi-Inferno. That's looking pretty good. Let's use a couple of our minions there to deal with the storage. Other than that, this should be a 3-star. We are going to be a little crunched on time, because I had to kind of tell you guys the plan and stuff. But overall, again, this is a really simple attack, and even myself can use the hybrid very consistently here, and it really doesn't take all too much. You just gotta be very careful with different things. Overall, though, we should be able to get the 3-star with no problem at all. We still have a couple of Hog Riders, and the use of the Yeti bomb, just like what you saw there, even though that there was no clan castle, is quite easy to use and to lure out the enemy CC. So all we have remaining is this final one with 8 seconds, but I wanted to be able to go through it with you guys to hopefully let you guys understand what the plan is and how you guys can use it on different bases. Alright, we're going to hit this one, and we have a new army composition. Now, for this base, what we're going to do is we have the Siege Barracks, so I'm going to use the Queen Charge to go into this area of the base, and I'm going to use my Siege Barrack on one side, and I'm going to have the Hybrid work all the way in towards the Eagle Artillery. That's what my plan is. So, let's go ahead and start off with the use of a baby dragon. So we're going to start with a Cocoa Balloon, and then we're going to start with the baby dragon. I'm going to use a Yeti with a wizard here. And we're going to use a super wall breaker. That should open up the wall there, make it a little easier. And now we can drop in the healers. Start working themselves into the base. So that's not looking too bad. I'm going to use a wizard here in order to continue the funnel. I'm going to drop a rage so that way we're not taking too much damage. Ooh, we're taking a lot. So I'm going to drop a freeze right there just to slow all of that down. We have one more freeze for the single Inferno, because we are going to be getting in range of that. Going to use that as well. Drop that right there. We should be completely fine. We do have the Queen ability as well to get through. So we should be able to get rid of the Town Hall. We're going to have to use my Queen ability to get through that. I'm going to use my King here along with the Siege Barrack. And that should be enough. I still have another Rage spell that I'm going to use on the Queen. And let's see, could we get deeper into the base? Yes, we can. So I'm going to use that right there. I'm going to drop a Rage. And we are going to send in our Hybrid. I'm going to pop my King ability here. Let's go and use my Grand Warden. And the Hog Riders to start moving ourselves in. Let's use a couple balloons to take that down. Let's start with our first heal here. Our Queen's still moving, so that's nice. I'm still moving in through the base. Let's see. I think we caught a tornado trap, unfortunately, but that's fine. Let's see. Can the miners... Ooh, okay, that's not good. Alright, let's use our Warren ability here to kind of protect everything. It's not looking too bad here, though. We had a good group. Let's see. Let's use a heal right here. Get through this spot. That's looking quite nice. Let's go ahead and start some cleanup, so we're not, wasting time. Nothing right there, so this is looking really good. The only question at this stage is going to be, can we get the miners to go through the rest of it? Okay, so it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. We still have our Queen up as well, and we have a ton of miners. The question is, though, Queen... okay, let's see. This could play into our favor. Let's see what we need. It's going to be fairly close, but I think we're going to be able to do it with no problem. And yeah, we are going to be able to do it. We have enough miners to get through the rest of the back end. The unfortunate bit is that my miners went on the outside, and I really didn't want that. So another base where we did just barely get it within time. But overall, you can still see the siege barrack is definitely worth your time and is really good to use if you're able to get a part of the base down. Alright, we are going to be using the Yeti bomb hybrid on this final base, and we're going to be using the Yeti bomb here to lure out the CC, take down the single. Then we're going to use our queen charge this direction, the king here, and the hybrid into the town hall. That's what we're going to be planning on doing. So, to start this off, we're going to use a balloon, then we're going to use a battle blimp. Make sure that you use a balloon. So we're going to drop in a rage, and then the use of the Yetis, and that should help us at least get rid of the single inferno right after that. Yep, down it goes. We've got the Yeti there. It's going to be able to lure out the CC if there was any. But let's see. We're going to use a baby dragon here. And we are going to also use our archer queen. I'm going to use a balloon here. Oh, the healer, I mean. I'm going to use a balloon here. And we're going to use another baby dragon to hopefully get the queen to start moving in down towards where the eagle artillery is. But we're going to start creating the funnel over here on the other side. We're going to bring a Yeti here just in case as well. And I'm going to rage my queen up so we can get through this spot. And now that we're golden, I'm going to start sending in my miners. Start with my Grand Warden, pop my king ability, and we're going to start using those hog riders. I got the use of a Yeti. Oh, I think we should be fine. Okay, good. Here we go. We've got everything still moving through. We're going to use a heal spell here. That's going to get through that spot. And we should be able to get to the town hall with no problem. I'm going to use my Warren ability to protect my queen. We're going to use another rage spell here. That should go down. There we go. Ooh, we're going to need to use another heal right there at that spot. But we should be fine. We still have good pathing with the miners. Everything is looking really, really good. We still have our queen ability and 2 free spells. So we are looking really good right now. We got a good group going through. I'm going to use a super wall breaker here. I'm going to go ahead and use a freeze just in order to prevent much damage on my queen. But this is looking really good, guys. This is looking really, really good. I'm going to go ahead and use another freeze here to make sure that we're swiftly getting through. And we still have our queen ability, so we are completely fine. I'm going to go ahead and use that along with the poison to help just take care of that. But we are looking really good here. I think we will be able to get the 3-star. We did lose all of our miners, but unfortunately, that might happen. Unfortunately, with this one, we don't really have max heroes. I don't have a max warden, so we weren't able to keep a large group of them still alive. But we should be fine to get the 3-star, so whew, just barely. We've got enough time, and we have the healers still up as well. And we have some cleanup troops like the archer. Overall, though, I think this will 100% work better if you have max heroes, but it's still a really, really good attack that I would recommend. Just make sure that you get enough value and you're able to create just enough of a funnel to make sure that you're going in the right direction. If you guys want to check out more videos, I have videos posted right in front of me over here. Along with that, make sure to subscribe to the channel and make sure to use code Corrupt if you plan on purchasing the Gold Pass or any special offers. And I'll be catching you in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.